Hello, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin. I'm the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. All of my books are available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, 30, 60, and 90-minute readings, twin flame, romance, general readings, life path and purpose. You can book that at my website, michellefondinauthor.com. And don't forget to download the free Twin Flames affirmation meditation. The link is below. Welcome to the Divine Masculine Tarot reading. This is a timeless reading. This is messages for Divine Masculine and messages from Divine Masculine to their Divine Feminines. To start, we are going to say a blessing over the cards. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, Archangels, Angels of God, Divine Masculines, Guardian Angels, let this reading be of the highest light and love of God the Father. Let it bring light, love, and truth to everyone involved. Archangel Michael, please stand guard, casting away any lower energies with your sword of light. Romance angels, twin flame angels, please help twin flames around the world understand what they need to know to learn and to grow this week. So we're going to start with the tarot. This is the Light Seers Tarot, and this is the energy. This is the energy of Divine Masculine at the time that you are viewing this reading. So we're just going to get the general overall energy of Divine Masculine twin flames in this collective, and if you're watching this, it's likely that at least some of it is going to resonate with you. Divine Masculine's guardian angels, Divine Masculine's higher spiritual self. We've got the Hanged Man. Okay, overall, not a terrible energy. Not a terrible energy. I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit more. The Hanged Man. This is a card in the Major Arcana. It is number 12, I believe, in this deck too. Sometimes the numbers are a little bit weird in the Major Arcana depending on the tarot deck. This means suspended energy. It also means starting to see things from a very, very different perspective. So for Divine Masculines, if they've been in this suspended energy, meaning like they're not moving backward, they're not moving forward, they're just kind of like in this holding pattern, this also means that they are starting to flip things around and see things on their twin flame journey from a very different perspective. You know, here's a message I'm getting for Divine Masculines. When you are on the go, 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 go all the time, and you don't take time for yourself, you don't take time to stop, you don't take time to stop and smell the roses, you're gonna have a hard time introspecting. And I think for Divine Masculines, based on this message, that has been happening to them. They have been trying to make things work, trying to move forward, do things in their life, and they haven't really had the opportunity to introspect, reflect, and take time to get to know themselves. So what is happening now is that because of this suspended energy, what they're having to do now is to stop, see things from another perspective, a different perspective, and introspect a little bit more. So, and you might be thinking, well, like my Divine Masculine twin flame is a very introspective person. There are different types of introspection, right? So there's the introspection with the bad inner dialogue, and then there's the introspection when you truly see yourself as like a higher spiritual being. You look at the twin flame journey as an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to connect with this person who is your soul incarnate in another body. And so you start to really see things for what they are, see things from a totally different perspective. And I believe that is where Divine Masculine twin flames are right now. As I'm reading this, we're gonna get 3 cards, which is gonna explain a little bit more where Divine Masculine is at on this twin flame journey. And if you're a Divine Masculine, this is gonna kind of like bring to light perhaps what you've been feeling on your own individual journey, your spiritual awakening journey, this soul connected journey. It might just enlighten you a little bit more about what what's actually happening here. So we've got a third energy coming out, and we're gonna kind of read this as a whole. We can read them individually, but I really feel that it is way more valuable to read these as a whole, especially with this major arcana card, this Hanged Man energy, because, you know, major arcana does really represent major things happening in our life, big milestones, big breakthroughs, things like that. So what we do have is ghosting, tortoise, and fear. Ghosting, tortoise, and fear. Those are the three cards that we do have here. Now, I believe the ghosting card comes on two different levels here for Divine Masculine. Now remember, this is for Divine Masculine, so that they can learn and grow about themselves, about their journey, about how they're developing on this spiritual journey and on this spiritual path. So the ghosting card comes out to say, hey, look, Divine Masculines, you've ghosted in the past. This is not exactly the right energy to be in. You know, ghosting comes from fear. We have this fear card. It comes from ego-based consciousness. It comes from fear of not being your most authentic self, not being able to communicate your feelings, your emotions, not communicating what you want and being really authentic with who you are. The other side of this ghosting is, I feel that a lot of Divine Feminines for these Divine Masculines have been equally ghosting, in a sense that Divine Masculines have been used to tons of attention from their Divine Feminines, or their Divine Feminines reaching out once a week, once a day, once a month, and in some sort of frequency. And Divine Masculine could always count on their Divine Feminines to kind of touch base, come in with some messages, and they felt safer. But what has been happening is Divine Feminines are like, no, 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 Divine Masculine, get in the right type of energy, stop this ghosting business, or I'm gonna ghost too. And I don't feel it's malicious. I feel like many Divine Feminines out there have kind of said enough is enough. And so we have this Hanged Man with this tortoise card. Now, tortoise card does represent deep, deep growth, but slow. It's slow. You've all heard of the old Aesop fable, the tortoise and the hare. And so this is like slow moving energy, slow processing, slow and steady wins the race. And I do feel that for DMs, especially now, when they are recognizing things from a different perspective, from another way of looking at this spiritual relationship, that it's actually a good idea for them to move slow. Meaning, don't crawl back into your shell. Don't go back into ghosting and fear, because the tortoise could indicate that as well. I feel it's more like, come out of your shell, but now recognize where you've been and where you want to go. And you don't have to race into it, but kind of feel yourself in this new space of looking at things from a different perspective. Then here we have fear. You know, honestly, with the Hanged Man, I really do feel like Divine Masculine, you are transcending your fears. That fear is a past energy. Even though it's in the third spot, I still feel I feel like the fear that you have now is habit. That's all it is, Divine Masculine. I feel like any fear you're experiencing now is just out of habit. It's like, oh, been here before. This is how I've reacted before. This feels pretty comfy. And it's not where you are. It's truly not where you are. The fear that you're experiencing is only a knee-jerk reaction from the past, but it's not where your current energy is at, because Hanged Man does not indicate that energy. It indicates truly expanding your vision and seeing things from another way out, another perspective out. So let's get 3 messages from Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminines here. DM to DF. Divine Masculine Twin Flames, what do you have to say to your Divine Feminines? Oh yes, we know this, Divine Masculines. I've been through hell and back. I've been through hell and back. So divine feminines who are listening, your divine masculine wants you to know they've been through hell and back. Totally. Divine masculine to their divine feminines. And I believe too that that's why they're in suspension energy, because they just don't want to go back to the past. I centered my world so much around you that I totally got freaked out. And that is the fear, right? That is the fear. And you know, that goes with the ghosting too, because remember I said like before, divine masculines were counting on their divine feminines to like reach out. Like, oh, my trusty old divine feminine is always there, kind of in the background, reaching out to me as I'm going through hell. And now they can't really count on that because the divine feminine has said, look, DM, you got to get out of your fear because that's not the great place to be. So DM to DF, what is your message here? We are about to reunite. We are about to reunite. I love that energy because after the suspension energy is done, meaning like after they have started to turn things around, flip things around to see things from another perspective, like a tortoise, they're ready to move forward. They're not going to go back into their shell. They're going to move forward. Might be slow, but they're going to move forward. So let's see, DM to DF, what is your energy, please? I just feel so intimidated by our connection. Now that is the old fear. That is the old programming. That is the knee-jerk reaction of something that they have had in the past. And it's something that's outdated. So if they're still intimidated, like I said, it's only through habit. That's a habit. It's an old habit. And it's a way that some divine masculines or many divine masculines have reacted in the past. And it's just it's not appropriate for where they're at in their spiritual growth now. So divine masculine to their divine feminines. I grew up with bad role models. I have no clue how to love you like you deserve. So what I am seeing here is that many of them had really dysfunctional parents growing up, or their parents like were functional in a relationship. No, let's not use the word functional. They were practical in relationship. They didn't have open expressions of love, romance, affection, higher level communication with each other. And so as such, these divine masculines did not have that great role model of how to love someone openly, and how to communicate with someone so that there is that mutual respect there at all times. And so that is why they have been so fearful. That is why the ghosting happened, because they were afraid to say something wrong. So DM to DF. What is your message, please? Whoa, okay. Here we go. We got two more. We didn't want two more. We got two more. For a total of 11 cards, for those of you that keep track of the numbers, just for magical numbers. So it said, it felt safer to live in a daydream. I was scared of getting hurt. Yeah, that is the fear card. And then, I am so sorry. I've been foolish and taken you for granted. I regret hurting you. So I feel that this message has a lot of them recognizing with the Hanged Man, now that they're looking at things from a flipped over perspective, many divine masculines are recognizing why they did the things that they did, how they did the things that they did, and almost just coming to confession mode and going, I really wish I could do things differently now. I feel like this is great energy. I do feel like, you know, they always say, what is it, like recognition or awareness is the first step in the process. And I do feel for divine masculines, this expanded awareness is the first step in their process to coming out of their shell, moving forward, yet slowly, but also moving toward reuniting with their divine feminines with a lot more awareness, with a lot more understanding of the things that they did and how they would like to move forward in a very different way, so that they're not hurting you, so that they're not regretting the things that they say. And so I really do feel like it's a very, very good energy of progression. So I hope this was helpful, Twin Flame. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. Thanks for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with other Twin Flames. And I will see you in the next video.